Welcome back, Coach Reba. So unlike Mike, you've been here for many more seasons, and this is your 8th Little 3 title that you've seen so far. How do you feel about that?
We feel great. Anytime we have an opportunity to play for a Little 3 championship, it's a great feeling. When you can get that first game on your belt and you've got, Amherst in sights. It's for our guys. You can feel the energy is positive, and we're excited. And we've been through it many times, and it's just one of our team goals early in the year is to try to win a Little 3 championship, and anytime you can accomplish it in this conference, it's tremendous. Beating Williams or Amherst is special. When you can beat both of them in a year, it's really special. So it feels great.
Yeah, and for you, is there anything different about this year?
I think there's certainly a common theme in terms of the work ethic our team has put within the preseason. The focus we have, we don't get caught up in just the wins and losses. Actually, the result, we actually just focus more on the process, what it takes to work. That's all we talk to our guys about in practice is the effort we need to put in for us to have success. And I don't get worked up. If we play well and things don't go our way, I certainly sleep well at night. I've been around long enough to know when we play well, and I certainly, if I think we're off track, I'll be very honest with our players and let them know that, these are the things we need to do in certain areas for us to be successful. So the nice thing is, I think this is a very focused group this year. I feel like this team has worked extremely hard in the offseason in the strength and conditioning phase, individual skill work, those types of things to help us to have success early in the year. And with that, we've had some pretty good success early on. So we still have a ways to go, but we're in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, you guys have been playing really well. And looking ahead, is there anything that you're doing to prepare your team for some of the games coming up?
Yeah, we're always focused on the next opponent. So we try not to look too far ahead. But for us, it's really more focusing on what we need to fix, what we need to work on within our own team. Because we feel like if we do the things we need to do, and if we focus on, working hard and the things that we can control, we'll be in pretty good shape. So in terms of, talking about the opponents and stuff, obviously, certainly we'll give the guys scout reports and we'll give them opportunities to view film and just, learn about their strengths, but we're more focused on our strengths as a team. And if we could maximize our strength, we'll be in pretty good shape.
Is there a different way that you approach coaching the offense versus coaching the defense, or do you find that they're really intermingled?
In many of our practices, we split for a while. We have skill sets and skill sessions early in practice, and there's certain focuses we do on trying to create advantages within an offense, and defensively, we're constantly focusing on putting the defense in bad situations so they could self-correct as the play happens. And the better off they could do in those types of situations, the better off we'll be in the game. And obviously with our defense, this year, we've always prided ourselves on defense around here. That's one thing that we talk to our guys about is you need to play defense as a team. And we've got a unique system that we've been doing for a long time. And we feel like, we know it works. We feel very confident, like if everyone does their job and does what they're supposed to do, we'll be successful in slowing teams down. And this year, we're really no different from other defenses in the past at Wesleyan, where we're always at the top of the league in goals against, and it's something that we want to, teams are going to struggle when they play us because we're unique in some things we do. But I think the biggest thing is our guys will buy into our system. So
right. Any great memories looking back on the season so far that you have?
Obviously, certainly, there's always going to be the Little 3. Championship is always something that's always going to be a star with this year that always makes it special. And I think our guys, that are around, I don't think we've had a lot of success in those with the Little 3s, which has been great in the last 10 years. I don't think our guys, I think they're a little spoiled in terms of realizing how special those are at times. Some of the teams at Wesleyan, really strive to really, that's what their main goal is, and it's very difficult, because the teams we're competing against are very good. So that's always, obviously, a Little 3 championship is always going to be, there's going to be a star next to that year, anytime you can win that.
Well, great. Well, we're looking forward to your next NESCAC game, your next home game, 1 p.m. on Saturday. We'll be webcasting it. And we wish you all the best of luck in this coming season. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. After this break, I will be joined by Coach John Biddiscombe.